excuse me, happy Thursday, everyone. I hope y'all are having a great week as we kick off this new year. Super exciting. So I just wanted to come live to you guys and talk about my biggest mistake as a leader. This live has actually been on my heart for a few weeks now, and then I took my little vacation, and I just want to make sure that I was saying like the right things, but it's been on my heart, and one of the weeks I was sick. Anyways, so it's been on my heart for a while just to come and tell you guys, like, we talk about all these different things for leadership, but I find it really, really powerful when leaders talk about something they struggle with. Whether it's because I can learn from that and change it, right? And be like, ooh, don't do that. Or whether it's because I'm like, dang, I do the same thing and I want to be set up for success, okay? So my biggest leadership mistake is going to be hand holding. I am a hand holder. I may not seem like it, but I am a people pleaser. I overthink everything. I get in my head a lot, okay? And sometimes Whitney's like, no, you need to calm down, because I do. I get so worked up about other people's success. I just want the best for them. I want them to want it, but I have found that I'm wanting it so much more for them than they want it for themselves that I have become a hand holder. And it's going to be different with every leader, right? We all have different strengths, all different weaknesses. That's one thing I really value about our team and all of the directors here, because everybody works so differently and we all have different perspectives. So this is mine, and this is where I find strength in the other leaders, right? They definitely will like put me in my place, which is super, super helpful. And it's humbling too, because nobody's perfect. So my biggest thing is hand holding. And it's because I do care, but what this does for me is it creates a mentally unhealthy place to be, all right? I do not like disappointing people. It makes me super, super sick to my stomach. I don't like feeling like I didn't do enough or that I'm not there for them, okay? But I've got to have healthy boundaries for myself, right? And what does this do for other people? This makes it so I'm creating leaders who they're not self-starting, right? They're not disciplined in what they need to be doing because they know that Anya's going to do it. Anya's going to come behind. Anya's going to ask all the questions. Anya's going to pump them up, which is good. They should have that trust in me as a leader, right? My team, my leaders, they should have, hey, Nikki, they should have that trust in me that I'm going to be there, but they should not have the fact that be like, oh, well, Anya's just going to hold my hand and she's going to give me everything I need. That is not creating strong leaders, and it's not creating strong teammates. So that is something I have definitely learned this year. So for example, I have a new certified consultant, and I didn't send her this wonderful little goodie package with all these things in it because I was kind of experimenting. I just wanted to see what would happen. So I sent her an email with the links. I let her know I was there. I checked in with her, okay? This girl has hit her shooting star level. She hit her level. She hit sensational star. She's already sponsored 2 people. She's in the Leap to Lead program, and she's like ready to do it. She's got big goals. I did not handhold her, okay? So what it has shown me is not that I shouldn't be sending people packages, but when I'm not completely trying to be up someone's backside, I get to take a step back and see, okay, wow, this person really does want it, and then I can utilize my time wisely in helping them get where they are. Because as a leader, you know, not every single consultant is going to be like, yes, I want it, I'm ready to do big things. And that's okay. But who are we investing our time with? Are we investing our time with people who really want it? Or are we investing our time with people who are like, man, this girl is like still on me, still asking me about my goals, and I've ghosted her twice. Like, we have to be very, very wise, okay? So when you guys have your new consultants, I want you to watch and listen as you're helping them and checking in with them, okay? Take their cues. Don't put, and this is me, so if you do the same thing, this is good advice, but do not put your heart for the business on them. You can show them your heart for the business without putting your heart for the business on someone, okay? I want you to think about this too, what not to do, okay? What not to do. So if you do someone's launch party, for me, I ask my new consultants, hey, do you want to do your new launch party? Would you like me to do it? And you help. If you're doing their launch party, you guys do not do the entire thing for them. Don't do the entire launch party for your new person. Give them goals. Hey, Amanda, give them goals to hit. Hey, I would like you to make sure that you comment on 4 of the posts that were posted today, right? It is hard, Jessica. I know. It's so hard. I feel you, girl, because this is like me. It's one of my biggest problems. But why am I posting in your launch if you're not willing to do any of the work? Right? Hey, did you message everybody to see if they even wanted to come to your launch? Did you message everybody at the end of your launch? Give your person goals to hit. If they're hitting them, cool. If they're not, that's when you as a leader have to take a step back. Listen, I'm not going to do more work than you are for your own business, okay? I have a business to run, and you can say it with love. Speak the truth in love. I have a business to run, okay? So I need you to really step up if you really want to do this. If not, I cannot make another post. Set those expectations from the get-go, okay? I promise you, if they were going to fall off, they're going to fall off anyways, right? If they're going to be like, oh, snap, I need to get it together. That's the light bulb moment for them, okay? So make people work their launch. It's their business. They're getting the commission, not you, all right? So think about that, okay? So if they don't work, stop. Go pour your time into someone else. Go pour your time into your own business, okay? Another thing, give people the tools. Focus on one goal at a time. Let's get your shooting star. Sensational start level 1. Do you want to be a leader? Do you not want to be a leader? You want a sponsor? Go ask them the questions, okay? So then your expectations are set in your mind and they have those expectations too. And then if they're not doing the things to get to those expectations, you can again speak the truth in love. Hey, you said that you really want to hit shooting star, but I've not seen you post anything in your stories. You've not helped with your launch. My hands are kind of tied at this point. Where do you want to go from here? There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. There's nothing wrong with you being open and honest, but also protecting your boundaries, okay? So that's super, super important. If they're not willing to work at the beginning, that's probably a good indicator, right? We know some people come around later. I did, and that's fine. But Whitney wasn't up my backside waiting for me to come around. She was like, do you want this or not? And I was like, okay, yeah. And then I started putting in the work, but she spoke the truth in love, okay? So another thing, check in with your teamies, new teamies, okay? Check in with them. If you're ignored once, okay, maybe they forgot. I am a huge person who checks my messages and forgets to respond. That is me to a T, okay? If you check in again and they ignore you again, like, done. Why am I going to keep messaging you? Hey, girl, I didn't hear from you from the last message. Did you want help reaching your goals or not? Like, and that's not to be mean. I'm just asking, like, do you want help or do you not want help? It's okay if you don't, but be honest and respectful of my time as I be honest and respectful of yours, okay? We've got to make sure that we're not trying to be on top of people. If they're not messaging you, why are you putting more effort in than they are? Do you see what I'm saying? So, and I've got many, this is not something that's like new, you guys. I've got many, many, many consultants who will not respond to my messages and they're my front line. Okay, but I've got other people who can use my time and they want my time. They want my advice. They want help, right? That's who I need to be investing my time in, not people who are ignoring me. That makes no sense, okay? I cannot want it more for them than they want it for themselves. Seriously, we're not doing that in 2022. We are not, okay? We've got to make sure we're teaching people to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. I cannot motivate you every day. You've got to find that motivation yourself. You're not going to be motivated every day, so you've got to figure out how to be disciplined, right? I'm here if you need me and you need to reach out, absolutely. But I cannot be hounding you, right? So especially when you've got new consultants or even consultants who've been around a while. After those first 15 days, right? I've given you so many resources. You have a team page, all these things, all right? I'm not going to sit here and answer every single question as soon as you send it to me. You guys, if you make them wait, and I know it sounds weird, you're like, that's kind of harsh, like just answer them. But you have a business, you have a team, you have a life also, okay? If you make them wait, I promise you, they're going to be like, oh, I need to go look elsewhere. I had that happen to me yesterday, and I actually didn't even mean to, but I didn't see the girl's text. I was teaching my boys, and she messaged me 20 minutes later. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have just looked on the workstation. I don't know what I was thinking. Yes, that's what we want. We want them to automatically go Google, workstation, team page, instead of just coming to you all the time and you hand holding them being like, here's the answer to this. Here's the answer to this. Because guess what? and that consultant is a leader, they're still going to do the same thing. That habit doesn't change. Okay, it doesn't just magically go away. They're still going to expect you to spoon feed them every single thing. And I want you to think about it like this. Because when I've been thinking, like I said, I've been thinking about this for a while. With your children, okay, if you work somewhere, right? Say, I don't know, you work at McDonald's and you teach the person who's new, you train them on how to make French fries. Do you expect them to come back to you every other day to ask you how to make the French fries? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if I've taught my 5-year-old how to make his bed, and he sits here and he's like, oh, I don't know how to make my bed. Yes, you do. Am I going to go make it for him? Am I going to go pick up those blankets? No. Zachariah, go make your bed. You have 5 minutes. If it's not done, then you're going to get in trouble. Go make your bed. You know what to do. It's the same thing. So for me, I'm like, if I'm treating my own children like that, why am I not treating adults like that? These are grown-ups. Okay, they're grown-ups, you guys. They're independent consultants, and we've got to treat them like that from the get-go, okay? Because it just prolongs it, I promise. Yes, I love that, Amanda. I'm currently busy. Have you checked the dashboard? That is good. I like that, and that's the thing. Or even, y'all, a lot of times I don't know things. I'm gonna be real honest, and I'm like, I don't know. So if you could look here, here, and here, you find the answer, post it to the team page because someone else is going to have that question later, right? We've got to create self-starters, people who want to work and who are going to put in the work. Otherwise, you're hand-holding all the way up until they hit star consultant, superstar, director. And then what? Now they've got their own team. They can't even lead their own team because you've now handheld them. Me, that's what I did. I've done that to people, okay? And that's not okay. That is not okay. If you think it's frustrating hand-holding someone when they've been around for 6 months, imagine how it feels when they're a director. Okay? And you're like, seriously? Really? Where are they? Are they showing up for their team? Are they doing what they're supposed to do? All right? It literally just keeps snowballing. So stop it at the beginning and start strong, okay, with expectations and not hand-holding. Now, if they're a leader, they have access to this leader page, okay? Remember that all of our pages are a privilege, not a right. Your people, as long as you're communicating with them, you're in compliance, okay? But you have to think about this, okay? If you have a leader, I want you guys to think about this. If you have a leader who never ever shows up, they don't show up for anything, okay? But they're asking you, they're texting you 1.5 million questions. Why are you rushing to answer that person right away? Because this is me, right? I rush to answer them, and then I'm like, oh, I'm so frustrated that they didn't even look for themselves. But you're answering them. I'm enabling. That's what I've done. I've enabled these people, and it's created the snowball effect, okay? So from now on, we're going to show up for who shows up. That's what we're doing. And it's not to be mean. It's not to be nasty, okay? But we've got to protect our peace. And we've got to make sure that we are creating strong leaders, okay? Leaders who are going to pour into their teams and take care of their teams. And if we can start this now, right, looking at our leaders and holding our leaders to an expectation, all right, then they are going to start holding their people to an expectation. And it's just going to snowball, and you're going to have this really strong, awesome team, okay? Now, if you, sorry, these things are bothering me. If you're sitting here and you're like, man, I've messaged all of my teammates, not one of them ever responds to me. I am going to go with a few things. First, you need to ask yourself why, and there has to be some self-evaluation, okay? There really does. Like, have I shown up? Have I proven myself trustworthy to my team? Have I shown up as a leader? Do they even see me as a leader, right? Or do they are like, well, sometimes Anya shows up, sometimes we don't know where she's at. Maybe we'll hear from her next month, but I don't know. Do I see, right? Or do they see me training? Do they see how I'm working? Do they see me showing up as a Sensei consultant or as the title that I'm at? Do they see me showing up in that way? That has to be the first thing you have to ask yourselves if you're like, man, no one is messaging me back. What's going on? Okay, that's number one. If you can say, yep, you know what? I've been a pretty strong leader. Cool, great. Then you need to start growing a new team. All right. If you can say, man, there's some areas I really, really need to work on. I've really kind of messed up. Be authentic and open with your team. Hey, just so you know, I have not been the leader I wanted to be in 2021, but in 2022, I'm going to step it up. I'd really like to help you hit your goals. And if they message you, great. And if they don't, okay, you're going to focus on who wants it And you're going to continuously sponsor to continue building that front line so you can build that big, wide team. And you guys, it doesn't just have to be your front line. You can talk to your downline. You can message them. If you see a rock star, reach out, work closely with them too. They can never have enough people loving on them and helping them in this business. Okay? Absolutely, Nikki. The team that gets you to director does not keep you at director. You've got to keep growing. You can't just stop, okay? Because I've seen it to where there's a director and they're like, well, my check never changed from when I was a superstar consultant. And I'm like, that's because you didn't keep growing your front line. You didn't teach your team to sponsor. You've got to keep growing, keep growing. It's an ever evolving door, right? So you have to think about that. And I want you guys to think about this too, okay? As you're thinking about, okay, I need to start looking at building a new team. I need to start looking at the rock stars in my front and my downline. Who am I going to focus on? Wasted energy is wasted time. In our business, time is money. Okay, so one more time. Wasted energy is wasted time. In our business right now, time equals money. Okay, I say all this stuff out of love. It's something that is just, I've really been internally thinking about and focusing on for myself because I've just been in a really mentally unhealthy place with just trying to do all the things for all of the people, even when they weren't wanting me to. And that's not okay. And that's a me problem, okay? So I say this all out of love. If anybody else is like a super people pleaser or just wants to help everybody do all the things, if they're not wanting the help, let go. If those people don't want the help, let go. Absolutely, Nikki, and that's the thing. It will burn you out so quickly. It will burn you out. It makes it so you can't sleep at night, trust me. So you start seeing a therapist, trust me. All these things, but I did it to myself. Okay? So I don't want you to do it to yourself. I want you to hear it from someone who struggles and is really, really working on it. And I'm really excited for 2022 because it is going to be the year of strong teammates, strong leaders, and a strong leading from their upline and their director. So it's going to be good. It's going to be so good, but I just want you guys to hear that, know how to fix it. And if you are someone who struggles with that, reach out to me. Let me know. Let's keep each other accountable, right? Keep each other accountable. Focus on those that want it. Don't care more than other people care, okay? You can care about your business and care really hard about people who want it. Be there for people, but don't waste all your time and energy trying to want something for people that they don't even want themselves. That makes no sense. No sense, all right? So, strong, independent consultants and leaders, that's what we're doing, all right? Y'all have a great, great Thursday. Bye, guys.